Hello everyone, this is Dr. R. Lakshmi from SNH Department, St. Peter's Engineering College. In this class, I am going to explain you few problems based on the binomial distribution. In the earlier classes, I taught you to find out the mean and variance of the binomial distribution, right? Now in this class, we are going to have few more problems based on the same binomial distribution. Please look at the problem. 10 coins are thrown simultaneously. Find the probability of getting, first case, at least 7 heads, second case, exactly 6 heads. Okay, so in the given problem, we are given 10 coins are thrown simultaneously. 10 coins are thrown simultaneously is equivalent to 1 coin thrown 10 times, right? So when one coin is thrown 10 times or 10 coins are thrown simultaneously, we'll be getting the same sample space. Okay, and accordingly here the number of trials are, how many times the coin has been thrown? 10 times. So we write first the number of trials in the given problem. Here the number of trials means the number of times the experiment has happened. The number of times the coin has thrown is equal to, denoted by n, is equal to 10 because 10 coins thrown or 1 coin 10 times thrown. And find the probability of getting at least 7 heads and exactly 6 heads. So here to find out the probability of getting at least or exactly 7 or 6 heads, first we have to suppose that what is the success and what is the failure in this problem. So let us suppose P is equal to probability, it is the probability because we need to get the probability of at least 7 heads. 7 is fixed. So let us suppose P is the probability of getting 1 head. And from the coin thrown experiment, what is the probability of getting 1 head? So total 2 possible cases. Maybe tail or head may come up, and out of which how many favorable are there? Only 1. So we have 1 by 2 probability of getting 1 head denoted by P. So we have P is equal to 1 by 2. Because P is equal to 1 by 2, Q is equal to 1 minus P, 1 minus 1 by 2, which is also 1 by 2. So we have got here N equal to 10, P is equal to 1 by 2 and Q is equal to also 1 by 2. Now look at the first case. What is the first case? Probability of getting at least 7 heads, right? Probability of getting at least 7 heads. In symbolic form it is written P of at least 7 heads means the random variable x, at least 7 means it is greater than or equal to 7, at least minimum. So it is x greater than or equal to 7. And we have when the probability P and inside the variable greater than or equal to 7 means it may be 7 plus P of it may be 8 plus P of it may be 9 plus P of it may be 10. We cannot have P of 11 because there cannot be 11 heads in 10 trials. So we have P of x greater than or equal to 7 is equal to P of 7 plus P of 8 plus P of 9 plus P of 10. Right? Here inside of the brackets we have 7, 8, 9, 10. They are non-negative integers. Therefore, our problem, the problem distribution of the given probability belongs to binomial distribution. Because the variable x is here taking non-negative values which are 7, 8, 9, 10. So I am applying the binomial distribution function. So P of 7, as we all know, we have from the binomial distribution P of x is equal to, so which is P of x equal to x is equal to NCX into P to the power x into Q to the power n minus x, where P plus Q is equal to 1. Similarly doing P of 7 when x is 7 and already n equal to 10, we have P of 7 equal to 10C7 into P. P is Let us write formula first. Into p power 7 into q power 10 minus 7, it is 3. Plus, it is p of 8, means out of 10, 8 selected. We have into p power 8 into q power 10 minus 8, 2. P of 9, it is 10c 9, p power 9, q power 10 minus 9. P of 10, it is 10c 10, p to the power 10 into q to the power. So we have 10c7, which is also equal to 10c3. P to the power q to the power 3, p is 1 by 2. So power 7, q is also 1 by 2, so power 3. 10c8 can also be written 10c2. P is 1 by 2, power 8. Q is also 1 by 2, power 2. 10c9 is 10c1. So it is equal to 10. P is 1 by 2, power 9. Q is 1 by 2. Plus 10c0 is 10c10 is 1. P is 1 by 2. So it is 1 by 2, power 10. Right? Now at this step, we have in each of the terms here 1 by 2 the whole power 10 is common. Okay, so we can see in each of the terms that 1 by 2 the whole power 10 is common. So 1 by 2 the whole power 10 of 10c3, it is 10 into 9 into 8 by 3 into 2 into 1 plus 10c2, it is 10 into 9 by 2 into 1 into 1 by 2 power 10 already written outside, plus it is 10, it is 1 by 2 power 10 already written outside, and the last term is 1. And this is 1 by 2 to the power 10, 1024. It is 2 times, and this is 3 times. We have 12 into 10, we have 120 plus, we have 45 plus 10 plus 1. So we are going to get the value 1 by 1024 into 165, 66, 76. So it is 176 by 1024. The probability that at least 7 heads appear is equal to, that is P of x greater than or equal to 7 is equal to 176 by 1024. Now the second bit. It is to find the probability that there are exactly 6 heads. So the probability to have exactly 6 heads, can also be written P of x is equal to 6. And according to binomial theorem, it is out of 10 trials we have 10c6 into p to the power of 6 into q to the power of 10 minus 6, 4. So it is 10c6 is 10c4 also. P is 1 by 2. Q is also 1 by 2. So we have 1 by 2 power 10. We have 1 by 2 power 10 outside. 10c4 is 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 by 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. We have 4 into 2, 8 is cancelled. 3 3s are 9 cancelled. And therefore we have denominator 2 power 10, 1024. And in the numerator we have 7 3s are 21 into 10, we have 210. So this is the probability that in the experiment there are exactly 6 heads appearing, x equal to 6, according to the binomial theorem. Okay, look at the problem given. The problem of a man hitting a target is given 1 by 3. So let us suppose that P is equal to probability of a man hitting the target. Of a man hitting the target. So what is our assumption? P is equal to the probability of a man hitting the target is given by 1 by 3, which implies Q is 1 minus 1 by P, which is 2 by 3. Okay. Now what is the continuation? What is the probability of, if he fires 5 times, means N is equal to 5 in the bit 1. If he fires 5 times, what is the probability of his hitting the target at least twice? At least twice means greater than or equal to 2. So what is required here? P of x greater than or equal to 2. And as we all know, p of x greater than or equal to 2 can be written in two ways. It may be either written p of x equal to 0 plus p of x equal to 1 plus p of x is equal to 2. Or otherwise it can also be written 1 minus p of x is less than 2. Both are the same. Okay. Now let us calculate any one of the methods. Suppose we choose the first way. Then we have to calculate what is p of x equal to 0. And we all know p of x equal to 0 by the binomial distribution is q to the power n. And p of x equal to 1 is, because the 5 times the target is fired, it is p of 1 or 5 c1 into p to the power 1 into q to the power 4 plus p of x equal to 2 is p of 2. So out of the 5 trials we have c2 p square into q power 3. Q is given by 2 by 3, so it is 2 by 3 to the power n. And what is our n given by? It is equal to 5. So 2 by 3 power 5 plus the 5c1. It is a 5 factorial by 4 factorial. It is a 5. P is 1 by 3. Q is 2 by 3. So power 4. 5c2 is a 5c3 or 5c2, both are equal. So 5 factorial by 3 factorial. Right? 3 factorial and cancelled. No, it is 4 into 5 in the numerator by 2 factorial. It is 2 into 1. And p square q power 3. P is 1 by 3 power 2. Q is 2 by 3 power 3. So we are going to get the value 2 by 3 the whole power 5 plus 5 into 2 to the power 5 by 3 power 5. 4 into 5 we have 20 by 2 we have 10, right? We have 10 into 2 to the power 3 by 3 power 2 and 3 power 3 we have 3 power 5. So 3 power 5 is the denominator and the numerator is, we have 2 power 5 into, we have 2 power 5 into 5. It is the 6 times of 2 power 5 plus again we have 5 into 2 power 4 here. So on simplification, here we are going to get the value here we are going to get the value p of x greater than or equal to 2 is equal to, it is 0.64. If it is a 4, 6 means it is 5491. So on simplification, we are going to get the value, probability that the person hits the target at least twice. P of x greater than or equal to 2. When we simplify these all different ratios, it is going to be obtained as 0.5491. Now let us solve the second bit. Let us see what is our second bit. What is our second bit? How many times must he fire? The number of firings required so that the probability of his hitting the target at least once. At least once is here means x greater than or equal to 1 is greater than or equal to 90. So the rule is p of x greater than or equal to 1 is greater than 90%, means 90 by 100. It is 9 by 10. So what must be the value of n so that the probability of x greater than or equal to 1 is greater than 9 by 10, which is also written 0.9. Now doing the substitution for p of x greater than or equal to 1 from the binomial distribution, we have, it is total n times where the person is firing. So it is, first we write it as 1 minus p of x less than 1. Okay, and this must be greater than 0.9. So when we simplify this, it is 1 minus p of x less than 1 means 1 minus p of x less than 1 greater than 0.9 It is 1 minus p of x less than 1 is p of x equal to 0. It must be greater than 0.9. And we have 1 minus p of x equal to 0 is q power n. It must be greater than 0.9. So that 1 minus q is equal to 2 by 3. Okay. It is equal to 2 by 3 to the power n greater than 0.9. On simplification we get 1 minus 0.9 is greater than 2 by 3 to the power n. And this is 0.1. It is 1 minus 0.9 is 0.1 greater than 2 by 3 power n. We get the value as a result n equal to 6. Okay, this is the solution for. So when the man fires the target 6 times, he is going to get the probability of at least one hitting more than 90%. His probability of getting, his probability of hitting the target at least once would be 90%. Please look at the third problem. Determine the probability of getting a sum of 9 exactly twice in the 3 throws. So here given 3 throws means, so in the solution of the third problem it is given the number of trials. Given n is equal to 3. So in 3 throws of a pair of fair dice, what is the probability of getting a sum 9 exactly twice? So exactly twice means the random variable x is equal to 3. For that we need to get the probability p of x equal to 3 should be calculated. And what should be taken as a p to get the sum 9? Let us suppose that it is the probability p. Let us suppose that p is equal to probability of getting sum is equal to 9. And how many dice are thrown here? A pair of dice are thrown. As we all know, in a single dice we have 6 outcomes. In a pair of dice we have 36 outcomes. So out of the total 36 outcomes, we have to count how many have the sum 9. So it corresponds to the pair 4-5, the pair 5-4, the pair 6-3 and the pair 3-6. These are the only 4 possible outcomes among the 36 possible outcomes when a pair of dice is thrown. So the favorable cases are total 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 4 by 36 which is 1 by 9. Right? So we have got the value of p, the probability of getting the sum equal to 9 when a pair of dice is thrown. From this value of p we are able to calculate q, the probability of getting failure, right? It is 1 minus p which is 1 minus 1 by 9 giving 8 by 9. So we got the value of n equal to 3, 3 throws, p is equal to probability of success 1 by 9, probability of failure 8 by 9. Now let us calculate our required probability p of getting sum exactly twice, getting the sum 9 exactly twice. So we need p of x is equal to 2. And according to binomial distribution, we are applying the binomial distribution because the outcomes in the given problem correspond to non-negative values of the discrete variable. And hence we are doing and we are substituting the binomial distribution rule. So now p of x equal to 2 according to binomial distribution is, with given n equal to 3, it is 3c. Because the variable is 2c, 3c2, p is equal to 1 by 9. Let us write for the instance p, and p power x should be written. So 2. Next it is q power. We have n minus x. This is the formula. P of x is equal to x is ncx into p to the power x into q to the power n minus x. So we have 3c2 p square q power n minus 6. 3 minus 2 it is 1. So 3c2 is equal to 3. P power 2 means 1 by 9 power 2 into q power 1 into 8 by 9. So 3 3s are 9 here and we got 8 by, it is 20, it is 81 into 3. So 3, 243 in the denominator. So we have got 8 by 243. which gives us the value 0.0329. So this is the probability that when a pair of dice is thrown, we'll be getting the sum 9 exactly twice in 3 throws, right? So we have got probability of x is equal to 2. Getting exactly twice the sum 9 is equal to 0.0329, right? Similarly, now let us see for a discrete random variable, the next question it is, the discrete random variable has mean 3, variance 9 by 4. Assumed that the distribution is binomial, then what is the value of n? This sort of questions you may expect for short answer purpose. So that is the reason I am covering this example here. Now let us see how to get the value of n with the given mean and variance of a binomial distribution. So for a binomial distribution, as we all know, the mean mu is equal to np, the variance sigma square is equal to npq, which implies mean is 3, so we have 3 is equal to n into p, sigma square is equal to, we are given sigma square is a 9 by 4, so it is 9 by 4 equal to npq. Equation 1, equation 2, when we divide the equation 2 with 1, we get npq by np is equal to 9 by 4 by 3, which is 9 by 4 into 1 by 3, 3 is cancelled here, np is cancelled. So we have q is equal to 3 by 4. Because q is equal to 3 by 4, we can get the value of p is equal to 1 by 4. Because p is equal to 1 by 4, now we get from np, the mean equal to 3, it is n into p, and it means 1 by 4 is equal to 3, so that n is equal to 4 into 3, 12. So the number of trials of the given, of the experiment, whatever is corresponding to binomial distribution in the given problem is n is equal to 12, right? Thank you.